What's up next? Let's try to decode that with our technical expert. And today we are being joined by Rajesh Palviya, who is the technical and derivative research head at Access Securities. Rajesh, very good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us today at ET Now. The market was very exciting in the week gone by, but what's up next? What are the levels that you're watching for Nifty as well as Bank Nifty?
Yeah, good afternoon. After a lot many dull days, your market has shown a very strong recovery since yesterday. We have seen, in the second half of the May series expiry, market has bounced back from the lower level, and now in the today's trend, there is a follow-up buying action on the first day of this June series. So, in this June series, we have started with almost the 3 month lower than this average of rollover data for Nifty as well as for market wide rollover is quite in line with 3 month average rollover. But if we look at the overall setup, Nifty has added almost 26 lakh share for this series on the rollover day. So which shows that there was addition in the Nifty position, but looking at the oversold territory for most of the sector, Nifty has witnessed smart recovery, and now we are trading at above 16,200 level. So looking at the setup, looking at the data setup on the derivative side, also we believe that this momentum is likely to continue further in the next week also, and possibly Nifty can move further higher towards 16,450, 16,500. That is the important level. But in this recovery, the most important thing is both the indices are now managed to cross above 20-day moving average. So that shows that some strength is coming back on the near term setup also. So Nifty as well as the Bank Nifty both are now in the positive territory for the near term setup, and we believe that this up move is likely to continue further in the coming week also.
Okay, so up move is likely to continue. 16,400 and 500 is the range that you're watching out as far as Nifty goes. But Rajesh, what do you make of the strength that we are seeing in the Nifty bank space? Quite a bit of up move is what we have seen in the last 2-3 trading session itself. How much credibility will you give to this move? And going forward, what is the level to really watch out for when it comes to Bank Nifty?
Definitely. So Bank Nifty has outperformed clearly, and most of the private bank has contributed to this rally. And the kind of setup now Bank Nifty is showing that we believe that this rally can extend up to 36,500, because in this recovery we are able to cross the hurdle of 35,200 on the weekly closing basis. It clearly shows that this short covering action in the Bank Nifty is likely to continue further. So we are projecting target of 36,500 on the Bank Nifty. One can keep a stop loss of 36,200 to remain long in the Bank Nifty also.
From other sectors' point of view, because in the week gone by, we have seen two sectors really outperforming the markets. One was the Bank Nifty, the financial space, and the other one was the autos. But going forward for the next week, which are the sectors that you are tracking? Some of the names that were on my radar were the metal counters and the IT. They are still trying to hold that ground. But any sign of recovery, because you're bullish on the markets, but can one expect good move in these kind of indices as well?
So looking at the current data setup, we are bullish on automobile, banking, FMCG, and we can see some bullish bets on the pharma space also. These all sectors we are looking at the positive side. But yes, the most of the sector like IT, metal, these are all in the oversold zone, and IT index itself taken the support from its 38% retracement of this entire rally which we have seen throughout the month in the last year itself. So there is a high hope that some pullback action we can witness in the IT space also. But from metal space, still we are in a wait and watch mode. We are waiting for some more recovery trade to continue. Then only we will be focusing for the metal space on the trading point of view. But we are very much bullish on FMCG, automobile, banking, as well as pharma space at the current juncture.
Okay, so that's as far as the metal sector and the IT sector goes. But Rajesh, do you track commodities closely? Because we have seen quite a bit of bounce back when it comes to the crude prices. They are now close to that $118 per barrel mark. Any levels to track as far as crude goes?
So crude oil, yes, it's again very challenging challenge for our market also. If crude oil continues to trade above $112, then possibly there is a upside target of 118 to 120 on the in the short term basis. Also, that is the point to be noted at the current level, because crude can spoil this upward momentum of the market. So as of now, we are expecting that if it continues to trade above 112, then there is a possibility it may scale up towards 118 to $120.
Okay, with this, Rajesh, we'll let you go on that. Thank you so much for joining us today at ET Now and helping with your outlook on the commodities, the sector space, as well as the index is concerned. But now let's move forward and talk about some other